So you mean to tell me somebody that's not getting paid got to print up checks and they say $0 on them and send them to people who are also not being paid? Oh, I'd say I'm reasonable. Okay, that's completely unreasonable. I'm reasonable.
I'm unreasonable.
You have no idea just how reasonable I have been.
Reasonable synonyms are sensible, rational, practical, fair, appropriate. Fitting, suitable, logical. All things I would definitely say describe me. Do they describe you?
Welcome to I'm Reasonable with Zainab Johnson.
I'm reasonable. Hey, welcome to another episode of I'm Reasonable with Zainab Johnson. I am Zainab Johnson. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this is your first time, welcome. Be reasonable. And if you are, a returning guest, a reason, you're someone that looks forward to seeing and hearing from me every single week. Welcome back. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I hope that you guys have had a reasonable time since we last spoke. I gotta say this. I lied to somebody in the comments last week. I think it was last week. Last week at some point, I think when I was asking about cities, maybe the week before, when I was like, y'all, talk to me in the comments. Like, tell me what cities y'all like, the people in the cities, blah, 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 blah. And I said to somebody in the comments, I was like, yeah, I feel like when Jay-Z and Alicia Keys made the song Empire State of Mind, you know what I'm saying? If you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. They could have put an asterisk and been like, if you can make it in Philly also, you can make it anywhere. But I retract that statement. And this has nothing to do with Philly. Like, Philly has its own personality, right? But these past 2 weekends, I've been in New York for work. Let me tell you something. No, New York is one of one. It's one of one. I realize, first of all, it's so many people. There is not a moment. There ain't a moment or a block in the city where you ain't going to have to share the space with somebody, okay? It's multiple people, not only residents, but people that are just tourists. I think it's like the number one visited city in the world. But what I realize is New Yorkers, I still stand on we're not mean. Like, some people are mean, right? Some people are mean because they got hate in their heart, right? And that's not specific to New York. But what is specific to New York is we look mean. We look mean. We look mean, and we're okay with that. But we're not mean. Yeah, some of us do our jobs sufficiently. Some of us smile. Some of us are pleasant. Some of us are not that smart. Some of us are incapable of completing our jobs to a satisfactory degree. But we look mean. And we're okay with that. I think that is like more often than not. We look mean. You know what I realized too? I don't look mean no more. I look very approachable and pleasant, and I just don't look mean no more. But New Yorkers look mean and are okay with it. New Yorkers are like Scarred Lip, the rapper Scarred Lip. Remember her song? I'm from New York. What I look like telling her good morning. But if you've ever watched Scarred Lip in an interview, if you ever watch her in an interview, you're like, oh, this is a sweet girl. This is a sweet girl who only has desire to be successful. She might look a little bit rough around the edges because her experiences in life, But, she's just a sweet young lady. They just want to be loved and want to have a comfortable, safe life, Anywho, this episode might be a lot about flying because I've been flying a lot. I'm going to have to fly. I know that there's so much happening in the world. Obviously, in the United States, there's local elections coming up in November, right? That's in a couple of weeks. ICE is showing up everywhere, specifically Chicago right now, wreaking havoc. The federal government is still shut down. I think it's been like 21 days. And apparently, what's his name? Let me look up. What's his name? I know his name. Sean Duffy. Sean Duffy, that's his name. He is He is the Secretary of Transportation. Talk about, well, as much as air traffic controllers have been showing up to work and they not being paid, we're thinking about sending out a zero check. For simple, see, you cannot play in people's face like this. You cannot play in people's face like this. Like, I would like it. I got a lot of flying coming up, and I would love to make it to my destination. And I don't say this playing or to sound morbid or to be dramatic, to be a little bit dramatic, but you can't play in people's face like that. I really want to get where I'm going, but if I don't, I understand. I understand. And I ain't even going to stress out about it, because you cannot send people zero check. So you're going to have me go to the mailbox, open up the mail just to see what I already know is that y'all not paying me for showing up to work. It's a tropical storm. It's a tropical storm. Apparently her name is Melissa, and she on her way to the northern part of the Caribbean, trying to decide if she about to be a hurricane. It's so much happening in the world. Elon Musk is still mad. He's still mad. He's still mad because he ain't got none of his space program. He ain't got none of his space where he was supposed to get a bunch of discounts or something like that. He was supposed to get a bunch of provisions, a bunch of discounts. He ain't got none of his discounts. He arguing with NASA. Ever since he done help old boy become president, listen, talk about an investment that ain't pay off, right? Robbers decided to do an Oceans 11, 12, and 13 at the Louvre in Paris. Y'all know I went to the Louvre one time, right? Years ago, my sister and her husband, God rest his soul, he is deceased now. They took me to Paris for New Year's, and I really enjoyed that trip. I really, really enjoyed. That was my first time in Paris, right? And we went to the Louvre, and y'all, I think I've said this before. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't for me. You got to stand on line real early in the morning to get in. It wasn't for me. You know what I'm saying? People pushing you, like trying to get pictures of artwork that you like. Don't they got a bunch of this online? Don't they? Why do you need a picture of whatever? It wasn't for me. After you seen about 400 statues with their pee-pees chopped off, it wasn't for me. And all I was thinking was, somebody used to live here. This ginormous place. Who lived here? Why would you need to live here? I've been in here for 5 hours and I'm still not done with the place. And don't feel like I've learned anything that is useful to my existence. No shade to my Parisians. Also, so you stole jewels from the Louvre. Who about to buy it? You know what? They made movies about this. Somebody called Brad Pitt. Palestinians still digging their homes up from under other homes and rubble, and Israel still trying to get weapons from Hamas. It's so much happening. It's so much happening in the world. Japan got their first female prime minister. Did y'all know that? Japan got their first female prime minister. Now, I don't know enough about this lady. I know she's conservative. I don't really know what that means in the context of Japan, though. You know, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, it's a historic thing because they ain't never had a female prime minister. But how you say Margaret Thatcher in Japanese? Because that's what it's sounding like. I don't know though. If you Japanese or got any knowledge of what's happening in Japan right now, feel free. Let us know in the comments. Is this a good thing? Do the Japanese people like this or not? I mean, it's an elected position, so they elected her, right? Did he trying to get pardoned? It's so much happening in the world, but I think we're going to talk about these really goofy, unreasonable stories that I have come across in the past couple of days. First of all, let's talk about this government shutdown. Not really. Let's talk about Sean Duffy. Because here's what's so unreasonable about it, right? If all things were right in the world, if we were living like in a utopia, if everything was idealistic, right, then doing things that don't make sense, they would be easy to they would be easy to stomach. But because things are all wrong in the world, because people have to choose between paying their rent and buying food from the grocery store, do you get what I'm saying? People have to choose between leaving their kids at home or childcare just to hold down a job that ain't really going to cover all of their expenses. Because there's still racism, sexism, all of these things in the world. Because there's poverty, because there's fear, because there's so much that's not right with society. It's such a smack in the face for somebody that is in a leading position to be like, yeah, we're actually, you know what I'm saying? No, we ain't do nothing else today to get to open the government back up. We sending out all of these, we playing a blame game. We playing a blame game while citizens suffer, right? While our people who we're supposed to serve, because that really is what the federal government is. The federal government is supposed to serve the people. It's supposed to serve the people of that federation. Every single person in a government seat, whether that be local all the way up to federal, they are supposed to serve the people. Oh yeah, no. We're not serving the people, but actually, we know we're having people show up not only to work without getting paid, but there are also some of them who are showing up and having to work without getting paid. They also are doing double shifts because they have people who have not been showing up. So not only have they been showing up, but they've been covering the slack of the people that's like, no, I can't do this. I'm gonna have to go out and I know I understand, but I'm gonna have to go out and drive Uber. I'm gonna have to go out and deliver people's groceries. I'm gonna have to go out and do this because I need to bring in a paycheck, because I have things. I have people in my life to take care of. I can't be evicted. So I'm sorry. I can't show up to a job that I'm not about to be paid for. I'm so sorry. Especially a job that is so highly stressful, a job that has millions of people's lives in my hand at every given moment. I'm sorry. I just can't do it. Understandably so, right? So then there's people who show up like, you know what, I could do it. And I'm gonna do mine and his or her job. I'm gonna do my job and a job, right? And you got the nerve to send me a check. You got the nerve to send me a check that says $0. Y'all know I've been fly every, when I'm on the road, I'm like damn near flying every weekend, right? Even now, I just flew back in on Monday. I just flew back in from New York on Monday. Thank you so much, everybody that came out to my shows in West Nyack, New York. I really do love the audiences that come out to West Nyack, New York. It's something about the West Nyack audience. It's almost like I'm getting like the refinement of like Newark, New Jersey. Like I'm not the refinement. That's not the right word. Forgive me. I'm getting like the working class, like just working, like hard working. You know what I'm saying? Like, citizens of like the Bronx, New Jersey, like middle class citizens of like the Bronx, Newark, New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I appreciate y'all. They not no easy audience, but they there with love. You know what I'm saying? They there with love and to listen. You know what I'm saying? It's always some kooky person. It's always some kooky person that you appreciate the support, but they don't even know what they sound like. Like the lady that came up to me, I don't know if she's watching right now, but if you watching, this is you. Came up to me, talk about when you going on a real tour. And here's what I understand. I understand that that what she thinks she's saying is positive. Like, you deserve to be platformed in a way that appears to me like this. When you gonna do that? But the way she frames, do you know what I'm saying? It's like, shut your ass up. And then the comedians that opened for me, the free feature and the host, she kept asking them about another comedian. You don't know so-and-so? I can't remember who the comedian was. You don't know so-and-so? Because I just went to see, lady, if you don't get out of our faces. If you don't get out of our faces. Because you actually don't realize that you think you're being complimentary, but you're being rather insulting. Aside from her. Although I appreciate her too, because I know she don't even realize it. And I ain't even got the time right now to be like, I had to do that in Baltimore. I think I told y'all about this. This lady was like, when you coming to DC, I always come to DC. DC a city I don't miss. But when you come but you here today. Why you asking me about DC? You're here today. You just came to the show. You got to come to D.C. because everybody will come out in D.C. Yeah, they do come out in D.C. I had to, the guy she was with, I'm assuming it's her husband, he had to kind of grab her because I was polite maybe 2 times. But then when she kept saying, I had to be like, what are you talking about? What are you actually talking about? And she was like, I'm just, are you just talking to talk? Are you listening? You saying so much, but are you actually listening to what you're saying? Because I'm listening to what you're saying, and it ain't making sense. And the more you say it, the less sense it makes. So anywho, thank you everybody that came to West Nyack. Like, I really love and appreciate y'all. I really, really, really do. Thank you. I just came back from that West Nyack. I was there Friday through Sunday. The whole night I was doing 2 shows, right? And then during the day, my mom, as I told you guys, my mom's birthday was this past weekend. My family was some of my family that doesn't live in New York City anymore. We met up with the family that does live in New York City, and we out and about. Do you get what I'm saying? During the day. And my mom don't play. We was trying to sleep in on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? We was trying to sleep until 8 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. Mind you, I just got back to the hotel at 1 a.m. or 1:30 a.m. because I just did 2 shows in West Nyack. Then after the shows, I got to drive back to New York City because that's where everybody was staying. So I don't get to sleep until probably like 2:30. My nephews are young, but everybody up. It's a party. We thinking we going to sleep till about 8 a.m. And now keep in mind, y'all, I still got another show, so I got to drive back up to Nyack. I'm going to hang out with my family during the day. They flying back to, where they live. So I'm driving them to the airport. Then I got to drive back up to West Nyack and do another show. Not complaining. I love my life. Not complaining. I'm so grateful for my life. But we tried to sleep in until 8 a.m. That's not even sleeping in. We tried to sleep until 8 a.m. My mom banging pots at 6:30 in the morning. Talk about how long y'all going to sleep? I thought we was going to brunch. I thought we were getting brunch. I'm like, let's get up because she ain't about to let her sleep. So let's just get up. Then by midday when we had brunch, my nephew, he tired. He throwing a tantrum. My sister looking at my mom like, this is because you woke him up before he was ready to. Anyway, I got back from all of that Monday late morning, and Wednesday, today, I got to fly back out. I got to fly to Colorado to do a show. And then fly right back to LA the next day to do another show. So I'm flying a lot, and I'm flying a lot, but I recognize, right? I'm not a federal employee. I recognize that I am passing people every single day. I'm passing them early in the morning, late at night, and they showing up here trying to move us through airport traffic, trying to move us through lines, and they not getting paid. So I asked the girl at JFK. Once I got through security, I turned back around, asked the girl at JFK, I said, can y'all accept gift cards? Because I had a lot of time. I actually got to the airport very early, right? My flight was like at 7, but I had got to the airport by like 4:30 or something like that. And so I asked the girl, I was like, can y'all accept gift cards? Because I'm like, I'm going to go to Starbucks and I'm going to buy a bunch of gift cards and I'm going to give y'all gift cards. I have coffee or something. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a meal or something. Like, I don't know what everybody's situation is like. And so she was like, no, we can't. And I was like, and at first she was like what you mean? I was like Starbucks, like, I would love to get y'all like coffee or like a breakfast sandwich or something, anything, a snack for later on in the day. Just like, a little something just to show my appreciation. Like, we all aware of the situation right now. And she was like, oh, no, we can't. And so then it started a whole conversation amongst the people that was at TSA in the area that I was at, right? And so she was like, no, at least not in New York, we can't do it. And so she was like, but I don't know how them other states work. Like, this is her talking, right? So then the boy who worked in this particular station with her, he like, what you mean they do? What you mean in New York you can't? And she was like, yeah, I just know what we can't do here. Like, she asking us if we can, so she wanted to give us some gift cards, but I'm telling her in New York we can't do it. But I don't know about all them other people everywhere at every other airport. He was like, girl, this a federal job. It's federal, it's everywhere. Nowhere can accept it. She said, oh, well, I don't be, they be crazy. They having this whole conversation. And I'm just standing there like, dang, okay, so no. She was like, no, but I appreciate the thought. And I was like, well, yeah, I wasn't standing there like looking to feel good. But it started a whole little debate amongst the TSA people anyway. If I was working air traffic control and the Secretary of Transportation had the nerve to send me a check to waste the money. Don't we got a climate change issue? Don't we got an issue with the natural resources provided by the earth? So you gonna cut down the trees? First of all, I thought people wasn't working. Who gonna print up the checks? So you mean to tell me somebody that's not getting paid got to print up checks and they say $0 on them and send them to people who are also not being paid? You got to stop playing in our faces. You can't play with people like that. So SAG, which is the Screen Actors Guild, is now SAG-AFTRA, which is the union for television and film, right? As they used to be separate, SAG and AFTRA. SAG used to be for movies, AFTRA used to be for television, and at some point, some years ago, they merged, right? I guess felt like they were stronger together. But this is something that a lot of actors make fun of because SAG, when you get residual checks, meaning when you get checks, residual income, right? You get income after you've completed work and they're still playing it. And depending on how old how old the show is or movie is that you did or what your role was, how significant how significant your role was, you get these checks, right? And it's like a nice little surprise. It's nice. It's like nice when you come home and you like, oh, shoot, I forgot that I worked on this show. That's nice. They just sent me $80. Do you know what I'm saying, this month? That I ain't seen that show, or some shows where you have a more significant role. You like, oh, that's nice. You know what I'm saying? Like Upload sent me, a couple of G's this month. You know what I'm saying? It's like that, right? Now the checks that I be getting a cent for, because they send out penny checks, right? Private Practice, my little co-starring role on Private Practice. I played a pregnant lady delivering a baby. Do you get what I'm saying? On one episode of Private Practice, and I still get the residuals from that, right? And you'll see it go down. Like at one point, it's like, oh, I'm getting like $52. Then I'm getting like $20-something. Then I'm getting like $7, and they take taxes out of everything, y'all. Best believe if they send you a residual check for $4.53, best believe the government is taking, not only the government, but the state, they're taking all the taxes. They're taking your Social Security out of that. So if you thought you was getting a coffee with that $4.53, oh no, now the check is $2.19. You can get a bag of Twizzlers, but the way inflation is, I was in CVS today and the Twizzlers were $4.59 for the $1 pack of Twizzlers. I said, oh, y'all want me to eat fruit? Y'all want me to eat an apple. Because they sell a bag of apples at the dollar store. Y'all want me to eat an apple. I really want these Twizzlers. I shouldn't eat them anyway because Twizzlers is all wheat and I have a gluten allergy. But guess what? Guess what got me to honor my dietary restriction? Guess what got me to honor the fact that I don't need no more inflammation in my body? That $4.59 price tag on a Twizzler. SAG sends out checks that are for a penny. And it's like, when you first get it, you kind of like, that's funny, right? But then when you really think about it, you like, we gotta make it make sense. Yes, the penny is our money, right? And this is America. And so if they chose not to give you what you are owed, even if it's a penny, best believe somebody will take you to a courtroom and try to sue your ass and try to sue the companies. So I get it. But just wait. Wait until them pennies, even if it's years, wait until them pennies become $5 and send it to us, because the amount of resource that it takes to cut up a check that's worth a penny to send it out, it is a waste. It's contributing to another problem that we have not gotten under. So it's like, now I ain't really got no money because you only sending me a penny. And now the earth is dying too because you sending me a penny. You chopping down the tree to send me a penny. And the way they talking about they not printing pennies no more. Now when I go spend all the money, when I spend the $6 a gallon that it costs me in gas money to get to the bank to deposit this penny ass check, y'all ain't even got the penny for me no more. Did y'all hear WestJet, the airline WestJet, which is a private company, a private Canadian airline? And the reason why I say private is because a lot of people are like, oh, WestJet is owned by Air Canada. No, Air Canada is Canada's airline. I think Canada could have a whole bunch more airlines, but they choose not to because Canada is very, and Canadians, if you're watching, into the chat, a lot of things that happen in Canada are government things. I know that sounded real remedial. Forgive me. But like Air Canada is owned by the government. That's not a private company. You know how Delta, American, those are private companies. Emirates, that's private. Those are private companies that operate within certain that need government approval to operate, but they not owned by the government. Air Canada is owned by the government. That's a government entity. WestJet is an airline that operates in Canada mostly, but it's a private company, right? WestJet apparently is going to start charging their customers more money to have a reclining seat. Where does WestJet go so I could take those cities off my list? And here's the thing. Most places in Canada that I've been to, I have loved. I loved working in Vancouver. I loved doing Just for Laughs in Montreal. I loved my most recent trip to Toronto. Love, love, love. But, okay, I looked it up, right? I looked it up because I'm like, they wouldn't just do this. They got to make it make sense, right? Apparently WestJet first of all, it's a budget airline. As much as it's a private airline, it's a budget airline. And the thing that budget airlines do is they make ticket prices look very low, right? They make it so like, oh, we flying you here where these bigger corporations, where these bigger companies are charging you this much to fly. We're going to charge you way less than that, but we going to put it in your ass. We going to put the stick in your ass on the other side. So we gonna not serve any sort of beverages, not even water. We don't care if you dying. We don't care if you having a coughing attack. Unless you got money to pay for water, we're not giving you no water. We're not giving you no pretzels, no corn nuts, none of that. We not letting you got to pay you got to pay to put your bag above you. You got to pay to put your bag to check your luggage. Soon we gonna start charging you to put your bag in that little compartment that's underneath the seat in front of you. We going to start charging you to say hello. We charge you if you need to use customer service. We don't care. Oh, your flight is you better do this online. You want to have a person do this at the airport? You don't want to go to a kid? Oh, yeah, we going to charge you extra. And we asking you to do this while you purchase the ticket, because if you decide to wait and do it at the airport, the price goes up astronomically. And WestJet ain't the only one. It's all the budget airlines, with the exception of probably Southwest, which is why, and I'll keep saying this, which is why when Southwest canceled all of them flights, 1 or 2 years ago during the Christmas holidays, they canceled all of them flights, thousands of people's flights. All the Southwest customers was like, we don't care. They've done enough good for us to forgive this one bad. Now, I know Southwest, I think they starting to charge for bags now or something like that. I can't remember. I don't really fly Southwest. Just because I don't really like having to wait in line and you don't know. I really like knowing my seat before I get on the plane. And also, too, Southwest don't really go to none of the places that I be going to. That's what they're known for. They go to these little cities that the major airlines don't really operate. That's what people really love about them. Whatever. But this is what the budget airlines do. Right? So now Now WestJet, a budget Canadian airline, is like, yeah, you want your seat to recline, you're going to have to pay for it. Now, when I looked it up, like, why? Why though? Why are y'all building more planes and trying to fit more people? You've already fit enough people, right? They said that they took a poll. They took a poll with their customers, with their consumers, and 50% of their consumer base was like, we don't really like when the chair reclines. We don't like when the chair reclines because there's already not enough space. And so when the chair reclines, that person that is sitting in that reclining chair is infringing on my space. First of all, the recline never changes the amount of leg space you have. The amount of leg space you have is coming from a very different place of the chair that's reclining, right? The part of the chair that's reclining. That's on every plane. That's on every plane. That's number one, right? But also, if you're a person sitting in the seat and you want to prevent the seat in front of you from reclining, then you should pay. If anybody is going to pay, it shouldn't be the person that wants to recline. It should be the person that wants to prevent somebody from reclining. It don't make sense. It's so unreasonable. It's so unreasonable. I'm actually going to get up out of here because I'm tired. But before I get up out of here, one more thing. And I guess this is travel related. Maybe it's not. I just realized I was watching American Gangster when I was on my Delta flight. And Delta is not perfect. Delta is by no means perfect. They're a corporation. They're a corporation after all. But you know, for the most part, you get what you pay for. You get what you pay for, unfortunately. It really shouldn't be like that. Like, that's why the world is so crazy. It's like we provide all sorts of things for people who don't need it. And we penalize the people who, we penalize the people who don't have the means. It's like, it's really ass backwards, even in this business. It's like all the celebrities that are rich and famous, it's like they give them all the stuff for free. But the people that are struggling, it's like, no, you can't get nothing. You got to pay for everything. It's like, well, I'm the one that needs it. But okay, you want to give, okay. I mean, it don't make sense. It don't make sense for you to give the people who have the means to provide themselves with everything, more than everything in this life, you giving them stuff for free. But the people that need it, the people that could use the help, you like, no. Get out my face. What? We don't give no handouts. But it's like, clearly you do. Clearly you do. You hand out all of the stuff to the rich people who don't need the shit at all. I was watching American Gangster. That movie get on my nerves. It's like, I like it, but I had to stop watching it 50 minutes before. Right when it go bad. Right when he put on that fur coat. I don't even forget it. I don't even want to get into it. Because I'm like, whatever. I ain't going to get into it. China. Any Chinese people in the chat? Any Chinese people in the chat? So, some public restrooms in China are implementing a system. And I heard this on the radio. I was just in my car running errands today, and sometimes I just let the local radio stations play. I don't even know what radio station this was, but this was a local Los Angeles radio station. And one of the, hosts of this particular show, she brought it up. And I was like, wait, what? I know I ain't hear what I think I heard. Some public restrooms in China are implementing a system where users must scan a QR code and watch an ad. They can either scan a QR code and watch an ad or pay a fee to receive toilet paper. First of all, if you think I got my phone in my hand, if you think I can scan a QR code in a public restroom, I don't got nothing in my hand because I don't want to touch nothing. I don't want nothing to be touched. I've already taken my jacket, tied it up, folded it up, stuck it in my bra. Stuck it in my bra so it ain't got to touch nothing. You think I'm taking my phone out? They already say our phones are the dirtiest things that we possess because we bring them in our home bathrooms with us, our private bathrooms. You think while I'm holding a squat position. You think when my knees been the worst they ever been in my entire life, but I'm still holding a deep squat so that I don't have to sit on this public restroom toilet. You think I then have time to pull out my phone, scan the QR code, and watch an ad? Just for toilet paper? Come on, China. Por qué? Somebody tell me, how do you say why in Mandarin? How do you say why in Cantonese? How do I say it? I went to China some years ago for a tour. That was my first time in China. I did some shows. I feel like every so often I talk about this. I did like 6 different cities in China. I did Chengdu, which was really traditional. I enjoyed Chengdu, actually. I really, really enjoyed it, except for the fact that, like, that's where I saw like rat on a stick. No shade to, I'm not trying to, but truly. I saw, barbecue rat, you know what I'm saying? Sweet and sour rat, pepper rat, lemon pepper rat. I ain't trying to be funny or discriminative. Like, I'm not. This is what I saw. I couldn't believe it. If I probably go back to like my social media, I probably posted a story. Did Instagram have stories at that time? Because I'm sure I was like, dang, y'all, it's true. They got rat on a stick. Anywho, I did Chengdu, Suzhou, Hangzhou, Beijing, Shanghai. Beijing and Shanghai, they're major cities like New York City. I loved them. I was able to eat there. Hangzhou, Suzhou. Hangzhou had this beautiful park. And I was walking around this lake in this park, like a man-made lake, I think. And after like 30 minutes, I had to go and rest for the rest of the time before the show because the air quality was so bad. China was the first place that I went to where I had to download an app on my phone and look at the air quality every day before going outside. They tell you if it was safe to go outside or not. That's how bad. And so a lot of people be like, oh, that's why when you see like Chinese people that they already knew. That's why they wearing masks. They wearing masks for disease. That is not why they wear masks. Maybe now post-pandemic, that's why people wear masks, but that is not why they was wearing masks. They was wearing masks because the air quality is so bad. Anywho, this is something, and this is kind of like a joke that all comedians tell when they first visit China. And as much as it's a joke when all comedians tell, I hadn't seen the joke yet. Nobody told me. Of all the comedians that went to China to perform before I did, nobody made me aware. I get off that long-ass plane ride. I'm talking about 14, 15-hour plane ride. I got to pee so bad, right? I got to pee so bad. I'm like, you know what? As soon as I get through customs, as soon as I get through border control, all of that, I'm going to go right to the bathroom. I go to the bathroom in this Chinese airport, in Chengdu airport, right? I go to the bathroom. It's stalls. It's multiple stalls, right? I open up the first stall. It's just a hole in the ground. I'm talking about a hole in the ground, y'all. Not a hole that looked nice. It had like a rim around it, like a metal or a porcelain rim that looked like a toilet bowl on the ground. No, I'm talking about a hole in the ground with shit in the hole. Forgive my language. Shit in the hole. I said, oh no. Somebody broke the toilet. How they break the toilet and take the toilet out? That's what I thought. I thought somebody had removed the whole toilet from that particular stall. I said, damn, and ain't nobody put no sign up. This ain't what y'all want people to see as soon as they first time stepping in the country, right? I go to the next stall. Hole. Shit hole in the ground. I said, well, now wait a minute. Who stole the toilets from China? Who stole the toilets from China? Now, at this point, because my bladder has already decided we're in a bathroom, my bladder is like, we got to go, we got to go. And the signal that your brain is sending to the bladder is that we in a restroom. And so we know we close to a toilet. So why haven't you pulled down your pants, got into a squat position and used the bathroom? Now, as much as I be squatting to use the toilets, I don't know if I could do the deep squat. I don't know if I could do the frog squat. Squat down to the ground. I can't do that. Now, I still don't know that these ain't broken toilets. I think that these is broken toilets. Now I'm moving faster. I open another stall, another shithole in the ground, another stall, another shithole in the ground. Now I'm about to pee on myself. I'm moving. I'm running down this hall of bathrooms, of toilet stalls that ain't got no toilets in them. Finally, maybe the 10th one I get to, it's a toilet. I pulled down my pants. Gotta hold on to the thing because my body want to collapse because that's the relief it's feeling because I had to pee so bad. Then when I finally could catch my breath, gather myself, I'm like, what is up with then I'm like, oh no, this is what they do in China. They just got shitholes in the ground. And this is not me like poking fun at them. That's their culture. That's fine. But ain't nobody tell me. And the more traditional places, obviously when I was in like Shanghai and Beijing, most places I went into, they had like a traditional toilet. But when I was in Chengdu, which is a more, that's a more like traditional place. They ain't really with the city of it all. They ain't really trying, you know what I'm saying? They was like, no, they took me, the person that was like, my handler who was taking me out like to do touristy stuff. She was like, now we gonna go to eat, but this restaurant, because I was going to like a traditional, I don't know, like a hot pot plate or something like that. She was like, now this place does not have like a regular toilet. It has it has the hole in the ground. I said, okay, so I'm going to just have to not have no liquids till I get back to the hotel. I ain't going to have no liquids. And that was my time in Chengdu. I had to decide. Do I want to chance it with the toilet? With the no toilet? With the shithole in the ground? It's just, I just ain't used to that. It ain't even just about it being on the ground. It's just like, it look messy. Ain't no flush. You know what I'm saying? You see how people, if you would have never shared space with a man or a lot of people, not just men, but you see how for some reason, it don't matter how big the bowl is, people be missing. For some reason, they always getting it on a toilet bowl. They don't never get it actually in. It's always on a toilet bowl. I'm the type of person, because I am squatting. I be on a plane, squatting on the plane. Then it be a little bit turbulent. So then now there's a little bit of urine on the freaking seat. Guess what I do? After I use toilet paper to clean myself, I then use more toilet paper to clean the toilet bowl. Shouldn't nobody have to walk in public toilet or not? Shouldn't nobody have to walk in after me and see the remnants of me having just used the bathroom? Now, on top of that, you want to add, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? The reasons that they trying to do this is they trying to reduce waste. But I know that's not. I know people using like an excess amount of. So then you got to put it in so that the toilet paper. You know them bathrooms where they don't let the toilet paper just go like that. It's like you got to take one sheet at a time. I naturally use less toilet paper because it's frustrating pulling one sheet at a time. I ain't about to just be in here doing that again. I'm still in the squat position. So just naturally, by default, I'm going to use less toilet paper. So that's what they got to, you go to all the bathrooms, public restrooms in the Middle East, they going to have a spray. They going to have a thing where you could use the water to clean yourself. But it's like, damn, people in China stealing toilet paper, because that's the other reason why they saying they're doing it, to deter theft. Now, I have seen a little Asian lady or two. I don't know if she's Chinese or not. I don't know where on the Asian continent these little ladies come from. But I have seen a little Asian lady or two in my life running out the bathroom with one of them big rolls of the public restroom toilet paper. I've seen it. But I never think of it like, look at that Asian lady. Look at that little child. I never think about it like that. I just be looking like this, if they must need it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is about the have and the have-nots. They must not have, and so they need it. And so, you know, this little... But is it that bad? Also, it's like the insult of like capitalism, consumerism, and commercialism. If you think you about to be able to sell me a product, if you think I'm going to use the bathroom, and then I got to watch an ad just to get a little bit of toilet paper. If you think that's going to make me buy the product you selling, y'all must not know how to sell stuff. Especially if now the product that you selling, I'm associating it with a number one or a number two. And I don't mean a meal at McDonald's. I gotta go, y'all. I gotta go. There's no Ask Z this week, but I do have shows. I am in LA performing this weekend, but next weekend, the following weekend, I will be in Cleveland. I will be in Cleveland, Ohio at the Funny Bone in Cleveland, Halloween night. So feel free to come in your costumes if you want to. I don't ever dress up for Halloween. I think we talked about this before, but I don't know. Sometimes I be liking to show up and be fun for my audience. So I don't know. We'll see. But October 31st, Friday, October 31st and November 1st, I will be in Cleveland, Ohio at the Funny Bone in Cleveland. If you haven't gotten your tickets, please get your tickets. Come to see me in Cleveland. Then I will be in Houston. I will be at the Punchline in Houston, November 13th through the 15th. That is Thursday through Saturday, November 13th through the 15th. I will be at the Punchline in Houston, Texas. Houston, you guys always show up and show out. So please, please, please don't let this time be any different. Then after that, I'll be in Detroit. November 21st and 22nd, I will be in Detroit. November 21st and 22nd, I will be at the House of Comedy in Detroit, Michigan. And in December, to finish out the year, I will be in Addison, Texas. That's the Dallas area. Addison, Texas, December 5th through the 7th. Addison, Texas, at the Addison Improv in Addison, Texas, which is the Dallas area. That is December 5th through the 7th. Then I will be in Dayton, Kentucky, December 12th and 13th. That's Friday and Saturday, December 12th and 13th, Dayton, Kentucky. Now that is in Kentucky, in a city called Dayton, but right on the other side of like a river or something like that, is Cincinnati. It's the Cincinnati area. So if you wanted to come see me, either in Cleveland or if you all the way in Cincinnati, you can come to the Dayton date. This is December 12th and 13th. Now here's the thing. 2 surprises that we'll talk about further on the next episode. I got I'm Reasonable merch coming. I'm Reasonable merch coming. We're going to start with the t-shirts. I think that they're good. I hope that you guys like them. And yes, they're coming soon. So just FYI, they might be coming just in time for, I don't know, your holiday shopping. I'm not sure. But they are coming, and I may be adding a Miami date. I have never performed in Miami, Florida. Never, not once performed in Miami, Florida. And I get messages from people all the time. When you coming to Miami? When you coming to Miami? Oh, I'm lying. I did perform in Miami, Florida one time before when I won that HBO competition very early in my career. I won a comedy competition and the finals was in Miami, Florida, because it was a part of the ABFF and it was an HBO competition. Other than that, I have never performed, but I may be coming to the Miami Improv in December. And so we are working on finalizing that. And if we're able to finalize it, I will release those dates on the next episode. So anyway, The link to the tickets are in the details of this podcast. I'll also start to announce my 2026 dates. And yeah, I hope to see you there. Thank you, everybody that has come to see me live. Thank you, everybody that shows up in different cities, that are return customers, that just love seeing me over and over and over again. I really, really appreciate you guys. And I love the people who come the first time. It's like I've never even been to a stand-up show, and y'all choose to allow me to be y'all first. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching this week's episode of I'm Reasonable. Until I see you guys again, please, please, please try your best to stay reasonable. Bye.